Hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where we've got a laugh in the studio. We're doing this on Sunday morning because we've got the Racing Masters, which you'll have to keep up to date with and find out what's going on. That's a big feature on the calendar.
Absolutely, if you've got to get down there, that you're playing with one arm is obviously going to be the highlight of the show. I don't know how you can play golf with one arm.
Well,
and why one arm? Tell the public why you're using one arm.
It takes a bit of practice. No, my right arm, all the ligaments are torn and finished in the right arm. So I can't hyperextend, extend the arm. So the arm's fine to there, but as soon as it extends, then it hurts. So one arm.
Who's going to win it? Who's going to win the jacket this year? Anthony Sure, I think, won it last year. What about De Kock?
No, I don't think any of those guys can win it. De Kock's too much party.
Okay.
And, guys like Sean Phillips, he's a good player of his handicap. I would think
Is Knowlesy playing?
Knowles will definitely be there.
Knowlesy's a good player.
Yeah, I think Carl Nesius, I think there's a whole team of them.
The Cape contingent can play a bit.
Little Arnie, we've got him on the show today.
Yeah, he playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
Sharesy be one of the favourites for the entertainment.
Will be a favourite to win the drinking competition and get his clobber off.
Yeah, so he's doing entertainment.
Yeah, he's entertainment, Sharesy.
He's entertainment. So it'll be a great week. I want some photos for the show, Jim. See how far back you finished.
Okay. I'll put a picture of the leaderboard on after day one and the leaderboard after day two so that you can see, so that you know what's going on. Okay. But apart from that, that's obviously a big weekend for us because it's the end of the season and everyone gets together. Sean Terry, all the team is there, Brett Crawford and Lance Sherrill, he might be a player. He's always quite good.
Quite good.
Yeah, it just depends how much.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Can Shay win it?
Shay?
Yeah.
He'll finish closer last than first.
Okay, I must come to watch that leaderboard. Jim, what did you think of Springboks, the rugby team?
Well, you see, this to me is, it's confusing. And why it's confusing is that you step out a team this week that is so different to the team that we had last week. It's not even possible. It's like last week's team was the third team. Now you picked out the first team. The first team ended up looking like a proper team.
Yeah, they played well.
Yeah, you bring a guy like Chesman Colby. He's been playing fantastic. I think he plays for Toulouse.
He plays to win.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys, Jim...
No, he doesn't play Toulouse.
A lot of these guys, Jim, that he played were the guys who were instrumental in them winning Wellington last year. He gave them another chance, which was a good move by the coach.
Why give them a chance? That should be your World Cup team.
Yeah, but there were some good players in the team that beat Australia. So it looks good for us. We've got a little bit of depth at last.
I think the biggest problem with Springbok rugby is there are no centres. I think the centres are very ordinary.
You think so?
And I think that's a problem. They tackle well, but they're not incisive.
Well, you remember that saying they always used to say?
Yeah.
From space you can see the Great Wall of China and the hole in the Springbok defence.
Yeah.
So you still think we're weak there?
I still think that's going to be our Achilles heel. I was shocked that we lost so many lineouts.
Initially,
they contested the lineouts and they made us look poor. That's normally our dominant strength. We've got to get Matfield back.
Matfield, Lloyd, who played against the Wallabies, he was good.
Lloyd's got too much of a Jan Smuts, he can't jump properly.
Well, the guy who can jump is the guy, that Afrikaans guy with initials, what's his name, CJ Strydom or something?
Yeah, no Jump.
Yeah. He is a good jumper, but his timing chain's loose. He got away 2 penalties, tackling people in the air and things. He's got to keep his discipline. I don't know. Any good rugby player from Scarpsville just uses his initials. Look at our jockeys, MJ Oudendal and not Martinez Johannes.
But MJ's a common jockey's name. Oudendal, Bielefeld, they're all there. Yeah.
No, that's right. They call him Martinez Mini, not MG Mini, Put their names out there. The Scarps like having 2 initials.
Well, it's big because the thing is that most of the parents only can think of one initial.
I remember years ago, James, I watched a game in New Zealand, South Africa were playing, and F.A. Meiren ran around some Kiwi guy and scored. And the commentator said, "What does the FA stand for?" He said, "Sweet." Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. Any other sport to catch your eye?
No, because basically the sports today yeah, everything's today. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we've got a tremendous amount of news. And for those of you that enjoyed part 1 with Jeff Lloyd last week, that's what's coming in your call, part 2. And if you enjoyed last week, which most people that we've heard from really did enjoy it, you'll really enjoy this week because we tell a couple of stories and get a few things straightened out with young Jeffrey Lloyd.
Yeah.
But he is fantastic. He's been a legend. Credit to South African racing, and the way he speaks and the way he's conducted himself is really way above the norm as far as anyone is concerned. So he comes in your call. We've got all the racing from Greyville, but let's go and have a look at our 3 to follow. Right, well, let's kick off. We go to the Vaal, and the Vaal on Tuesday. A couple of nice horses stepped out, but we like the look of this one. It's named 7 Seas. It ran in race 1 over 1,200 meters. Got completely lost. It was up there, showed pace, and then got completely lost and ran on really, really well. Let's go and pick it up at the start. Drawn on the outside. You don't see much of it in the race, so we'll chat you through the race. 11 drawn 11, always a good thing. 7 Seas, bred by Dichter Bay stud, and it's a loose of 4 out of an Argonaut mare. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, there it is highlighted, and this is from the Ashley Fortune stable. Calvin Habib rides it. It jumps very well. There's quite a bit of initial speed if you look right across the track. You know, Princess Nicole and Sexy Cinderella, Cape Town Dream, all showing a lot of speed. And this horse seems to know what it's doing. 7 Seas. Balletto is the Mark de Kock horse that started at 4 to 5 favourite, and that runs a very good race. But I thought this was a very good debut, Jim.
Yeah, outstanding. Balletto was the talk of the town. Soft falling rain, and he crowned his season yesterday. We'll talk about that. But Balletto is just tucked in behind and pulls out for a run, goes straight through the middle and canters past him.
Yeah.
This horse, we can't see him. He's on the outside here. He seems to lose his position. He's about 5th or 6th. So he now goes out of picture. He's not the horse with the sheepskin and the white sleeves. You'll see that that's the one that goes after Balletto with having a little bit of a problem, trying to keep it straight, our man there.
Yeah, Princess Nicole, very green.
Yeah, Princess Nicole all over the place. And then right at the death, you'll see, coming into picture, 7 Seas, runs a cracker. It looks like that's the type of horse you'd be able to give a chance to. Certainly 7 furlongs next time.
Yeah.
Run 7 furlongs, it will just about win. The next one we picked up was Scottsville on Wednesday. And this horse had a barrier trial, only ran 5 lengths behind there, 1,400-meter barrier trial. Shane Humby trains it, bred by the Royden Turners. And this looks like a nice horse, King Julian. Let's go and pick him up at the start. Big, strong son of Justice. Well, there he is, drawn 4.
Yeah, he's a smart-looking horse, this. You know, there's a lot of speed in the race early with Kakinski goes off the front. You can see it in Eric Burr's Orange Silks moving off to take the lead from R-Cloud. They get up there. And this horse has dropped back, but they're given a chance. The favourite, Arizona Silk, wins this race. And Arizona Silk doesn't sit too far off, as is a normal Marcus ride. But there you can see it on the inside fence, sort of 3/4 of the way back, is King Julian.
Yeah, he's in the sort of black and green colours of the Alamanzas. And the interesting thing about this is going through the 400, this horse cannot run in the first 4. He's just going nowhere. But Shane Humby is very soft on his horses. This horse looks like he's big and soft. He looks like he'll go a trip. And here he is, turns into the straight 5th and under big pressure. And you'll see they just go away from him. The first 4 are gone away from him.
Yeah.
He gets a left-handed smack, and Craig Zaki then gets him to start running.
Yeah, this Arizona Silk has come through the favourite, wins by 4 lengths, but have a look, it's in fifth if you count them, and the Green Silks, as James says, going nowhere. It's going to run fifth, and the winner's tearing away for Natty Cotson. And here, actually, when the penny drops with this horse, King Julian into second.
How did it get second? If you watch the head-on, you'll be absolutely amazed how this horse really ran on well the last 250 metres. And he certainly looks like a horse well worth having a good look at over a bit of ground. Tighten up a bit. If he tightens up in the next 3 weeks or so, he'll win his next start.
Yeah.
We then got to Kenilworth, and we went to the race 2 at Kenilworth, 1,000 metres. Nick Johnson, I spoke to him in the parade ring about this horse. He says they have the big hopes for this horse. Peaceful Days, a Captainal out of a King Mambo mares, bred by Drockenstein Stud. There's a 1.6 million rand horse. They've gelded him, as he said, he was very naughty, and they've got him to settle down. But he looks like he's got some ability. Let's go and pick him up at the start. Peaceful Day, the Captainal, Justin Snaith, and Aldo De Meo. Nice to see Aldo De Meo back in town.
Very good rider. Now here it is, you can see it in the Johnson colours with the pink cap. It gets up into the speed early. It's 18 to 10, there's been support for it. And Cape of Storms, Call Me Out, all these horses who run well are up there. So they're up with the speed. And this horse, I think Elder rode a very good race in the sense that he timed it from the front. And for those who had backed him, I just thought we got the money. But quite a green-looking Call Me Out grabs him.
Yeah, a good ride from Anthony Andrews, Call Me Al. It's it's right behind the horse that we picked up now in this sort of reddish colours.
Yeah.
And you'll see he has to switch quite violently off them. He's got the white star on his head. Now he has to switch out. And he gives one a bump. But a good ride to balance him up then and get up to beat the favourite. But they pull well clear. There's no doubt that this has got some ability. Both Captainals.
Yeah, that's right. Captainal, what an influence.
What a stallion. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
What a stallion he has been. It certainly was a couple of very useful horses to follow. There was another one Mike de Kock had that ran down about third or fourth or fifth at the Vaal on Thursday. Blue colours, that would be worth looking up. I know lots of people follow these horses and put them in the black book, and it's certainly worth having a close look at these three. We're going to move on and have a look where they are now.
Where are they now?
Where they are now?
No, where are they?
Where are they now?
You're not where they are. Sheesh, that means we're telling people, we're asking, James. There's a big difference.
Okay. Well, let's go and have a look.
Craig Arnold here. Nice to be back in Durban, racing Gold Cup with my friends. Currently based in Cape Town. Been there since '92. Been overseas. Went to Singapore in 2000, 2001 in Dubai in 2007. Back in South Africa. Love the racing game, and all the best out everyone out there.
If you've been involved in horse racing in South Africa but have either moved away, immigrated or retired, we want to hear from you. Send us a short 30-second video recording on WhatsApp and we'll flight it on the show. Clips can be sent to either James on 071 588 5769 or Paul on 083 779 1311. We look forward to hearing from you.
There you go, Craig Arnold, Arnie, a great guy, lives in Cape Town. He's right tight with all those
all the boys.
Grand Knolls.
Can he win the golf?
Are you joking?
Not good enough. In Shay's category.
Good C Division player.
Oh, C Division, okay.
Yeah. Now, listen, he's competitive.
Can they get it over in the 18th?
He's
Him and Shay, can they get it over the water?
Shay, it depends how much he had to drink the night before. But you know, we did a function at the Eland Golf Day on Friday.
Yes.
And Shay lost his voice with three horses to go. But Graham does keep him talking quite a lot.
Yeah, but he was all right Saturday.
No, he was fine Saturday.
Must have oiled it Friday night.
Oiled up, he's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Once he's oiled his
Cheers, he's a legend.
He's fine. And talking about Graham, we're going to go and have a look at the Plum of the Week.
Buffalo Soldier, Ronnie Rocket, Cumulus is towards the inside, then Bank Robber as they come down to the 300. Ultra Magnus goes on by a length and a quarter. Big Blue Marble and Cumulus the outside Woodstock Festival, but Ultra Magnus has gone clear by 2 lengths from Woodstock Festival, and Ultra Magnus is clear. Ultra Magnus to win it by about 3 or 4 lengths, and Ultra Magnus comes home 4 to 5 lengths. Second position Cumulus, Marchetto third, Woodstock Festival ran fourth.
Well, nice to see this horse win, and there was no lack of confidence for him. You could have got, early on, you could have got 6 to 1 in the betting about this horse, and he shortened in to 5 to 2. He was always 3 to 1, 33 to 10 on Interbet.
Yeah.
And Graham, I spoke to Graham Hawkins owns him with Brian Macabarara. And
brilliant, they got a top horse here.
I spoke to them in the morning, and he said they really think quite a lot of this horse.
Yeah.
So the word got out. Obviously, I told my 5 mates. Okay.
Yeah, one of them told
and
me.
They all had a couple of hundred on Interbet. So, once you're striking with Interbet, they shorten the price quickly, but the Interbet you can get on. Because you're backing them with other bookmakers. That's the best part about it.
Yes.
The horse absolutely doddled up. He's an oratorio bred by Paul de Karma.
Yes.
Harris de Karma. And
one well, Jim. Absolutely trotted up.
Yeah, he's out of a lecture mare. There should be quite a lot of speed there.
Yeah.
Nice, big, strong horse.
Yeah, very nice.
We made him the Plum of the Week because it's nice to see those guys in the winner's box. And certainly there was no lack of support for this horse. He really did win very, very well.
That's right.
We're going to be back with current affairs.
Hi, I'm Gary Peer, one of the co-founders and executive directors of Interbet. Interbet are the pioneers of online betting in South Africa, having started way back in the year 2000. Our mission is to continue to lead the pack in providing cutting-edge technology in the online horse racing and sports betting space. Our platform remains unique in the context of being a service provider to B2B and B2P. Our aim is to make the site as user-friendly and entertaining as possible, so it appeals to a wide spectrum of target audiences. We strive to provide as much information as possible and to give our punters the very best odds, so the experience is always interactive and enjoyable.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Current Affairs, and we certainly have had some very good racing. If you were at Greyville on Saturday, you would have seen racing that the purist loves. There were 4 Group 1 races, and backed up with Group 2 racing, and all the way through the card there was top racing. A lot of Equus awards are determined by who wins these races, and Jim, a great day's racing.
I must tell you, it's I think the best day's racing on the
purest day.
It really is a great day's racing. There's very good racing. For 8 out of the 12 races are group races.
There's 2 listed after that.
2 listed races at the end.
There's a juvenile plate over 19 to start. It's a very good day, you know.
Yeah, it's been well structured, and it's structured perfectly at the end of the season.
Top sprinter. Top stayer. Top 2-year-olds. It's fantastic. I love this. I was speaking to Alistair Cohn, and he said the same thing as you. This is the day of racing. You know?
Yeah. I think everyone else tries to emulate it, but there are other days that have got their attractions. But this day, as far as racing is concerned, and as far as the horses, you're getting the best from Joburg, the best from Cape Town, the best from Durban, all having a go.
Yeah.
And as a result, we can run through some very, very interesting racing. And let's start with the debutante, which is the third, because we show all the grade 2s first.
Yes.
Grade 2s and the grade 3s from the 800 metre. And let's go and pick them up from the 800 metre.
Then comes Purple Persuasion, Spirit of the Groovers towards the outside. Then Candle Rock and Hey Delilah. Further back in the run is Winter Sun and Rainbow Unicorns the trailer. Yes Sir, I Can Boogie as they turn into the home stretch. Impressive Duchess second. True Charm goes in for a run. Purple Persuasion, Maiden Spread towards the inside. Then Montreal Miss. Behind that one there is Point of Sail. Coming down to the last 300 metres now. And Impressive Duchess comes good now to take it up. Behind that is Point of Sail. On the outside of that, Mary O. Spirit of the Grooves running on. Montreal Mist right on the inside. Montreal Mist and running on is Winter Sun. Montreal Mist is going to get it though. Second, Spirit of the Groove. Third place will go to Winter Sun.
Right, well, the winner, Montreal Mist, was fantastic for Mary Slack. Soft falling rain, what a loss he's going to be. That's probably got him the 2-year-old championship, or the first season size.
Freshman.
Yeah, freshman size.
Yeah.
I think he's probably
been pushed by Vercingetorix, but I agree with you. This has really come well, and as you say, it's very unfortunate that the horse... the sire died. Do you know the first 3 races were won by Flower Alley, theirs, Ideal World, second race. Then this race came along. And a great success for Sean Terry. Your horse there, James, ran a great race. Your team?
Yeah, the Equine Hub horse ran a superb race in second. But just going back to this horse, is bred by Clifton Stud, Peter Bly.
That's right, Peter and Jenny
She cost
Bly.
700 grand.
Yeah.
But she's out of a Val mare, so you know, and she's a lovely, lovely filly. And Gavin Loreen, I thought, gave her an absolute
great ride. And she's gutsy. He knew how to win because he was involved with the tussle with her last time. He's done it again. I thought Winter Sun ran on very well too, Jim, for Michael Roberts.
Ours is only tiny, Spirit of the Groove.
Is she?
Tiny little thing. She's not bigger than 14.2.
Little grey horse,
Little grey filly. Lots of guts.
Well, she's got grade 2. She got herself a little bit of black top quickly.
And you know, obviously thanks to the Terry team, they've done a wonderful job.
They're very professional.
Right, let's go on to the next one, which was race 4. It was the Umkamazi Stakes, Group 2. And this was some type of win. This was African Warrior. He's shown he's pretty good, this horse.
He's very good.
17. Look, he came into 14, but still... 14 out of 14 at Greyville's not easy, but what a ride from Keegan DeMiller. Let's go and pick him up at the 800.
The action, Point Sienna, Indigo as they go past the 800 peg. Further back in the running, L Ram's been given a chance. 7/8 off them, African Warrior further back in the running, and Dela Cruz got a lot of work to do. Homeward bound, just on 400 metres left to go. Sing for Rafa, Adelsissima. Master J, Sarah goes to the inside. Spring Break's going to go through between runners. Shareholder to the outside, Master J. Wide open, Spring Break starts to apply pressure. Al Rams are sneaking through at the rail. African Warrior with a torpedo run on the outside. African Warrior and Spring Break the last 100. Spring Break's digging in. African Warrior coming alongside. African Warrior from Spring Break, L Rams, and then came Sarah in an absolute thriller.
Well, he's not very big, this horse. He's by Vercingetorix out of a Jetmaster mare, bred by our friends at Boerlandstad, the Freemans.
He's a very good horse. I think he's earned $1 million now as a 2-year-old.
He's just
fantastic for.
And they've had a few offers too.
Have they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're having a lot of fun. You always see them in the winners' box, and there's a whole crowd of them, and they really are chuffed. You know, it's good to see. It's good to see.
Yeah, it's just. A really good sort of
Just touching on our horse, James, shareholder.
Yeah.
He was favourite, big reputation, top horse, one of the best.
He's a great horse.
Yeah, one of the best I've ever trained. Couldn't put his foot down. You know, he's been out 5 months because he tore foot and had to grow out.
Yeah.
And there's probably a month of growth left. But we've been having, you know, it would happen this way, James. He's a big horse, takes races of all his grassworks, barrier trials, a size 8 bar shoe. Couldn't get one in the country.
Yeah.
Couldn't get one in the country. Ran him. His foot is red hot this morning. So put a line through that, but not to make excuses. The top 3 ran very good races.
Well, now you've got a chance. You can give him an offer.
Yeah, let it
probably
grow
come back with
it's
a big
month
dance
of
or
growth
something
left.
like that.
Yeah, month of growth.
That's what you need to do. But what about the rest of them? Spring Break, the filly, she was supplemented into this race, and she nearly caused the upset. Nice to see her run well for the Lammerskral team.
Yeah, you know? Good to see.
Peter de
good
Villiers,
filly.
nice to have him there.
El Rams ran well too.
El Rams ran a very good race, and he might be the best line horse for all the 2-year-olds. I think he's very consistent. I think that he's run against the best of them.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the Equus Awards, he might be the right horse. Right, we then move on to the Gold Cup, which was the grade 3, and we picked them up at the 800-metre mark.
And Dark Moon Rising with a big lead, 6 or 7. Dawn Assault, Lee Shenanigans, Roy Had Enough. On the outside, Strathdown, and then comes Secret Potion, Sunshine Silk, and towards the outside, Gimme One Night goes in for a run, then Made to Conquer. Dark Moon Rising's clear at the top of the stretch by 4 or 5. Now Shenanigans throwing out the challenge. Dawn Assault, Roy Had Enough's on the outside, Lee's down the inside. Further back, Dynasty's Blossom, still Dark Moon Rising, Shenanigans, Dynasty's Blossom on the inside, and on the outside, Double Mint is closing in now, and Double Mint and Dynasty's Blossom. Between the two of them is Shenanigans, but it's going to go to Dynasty's Blossom won it. Second, maybe Made to Conquer. Double Mint is on the outside.
Well, this filly fitted the profile as a Gold Cup winner, but I chatted to Joey Ramson during the week, who trains her, because I said she needs blinkers, this filly. She's not putting in, she doesn't look like she gets there and puts it in. Last time she got there and then got run out of. And he said to me, no, she's free striding and she's big, and you just want to be able to get her to settle. And he said, don't worry, she doesn't need the blinkers. And she's beautifully bred.
She cost a packet. She's owned by the biggest boys internationally.
Yeah.
She's got a powerful pedigree. As I say, she cost a lot of money, but she's repaid them. You know, a very good ride by young Juglal.
I thought a tremendous ride by him.
Yeah, he's a good ride. He's going to be riding a lot of our horses.
Coming back here.
Yeah, yes. We wasn't ride a lot of our horses. Well, he rode Shareholder.
Yeah, he's a very, very good rider.
Just talking about our horse, we had told the owners, the horse will sit midfield. He was very unfortunate last time. He got beat 4 lengths in last year's race off there. All concertinaed on him. He went out the back door. Well, imagine watching with my owners and seeing him 8 lengths clear at the 700. I thought, what's going on? He ran a terrific race. He ran 6, beaten 2.7. De Miller's hands all swollen. He couldn't stop him. He said he got his tongue over the bit. He said he had no control. He just ran.
You see his tongue over
it
always out the side of the mouth.
But it's under the bit.
Yeah.
This is over the bit. He said, no control at all.
Well, that's when a horse gets his tongue over the bit, then you have no pressure on the bars.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the problem. So then it's impossible to hold a horse.
Yeah.
And the horse just doesn't have any feeling. Does what he wants, which is a shame.
It's a shame.
He come all this way and run that well.
He ran that well and he ran a very good race. But Made to Conquer ran on very well again in this race.
The lowdown on Made to Conquer is that he is being sold to Mauritius.
Okay.
So the Gudger does support him. Okay. So he's going to Mauritius.
Okay.
I think he's leaving after the race, which is today. Just going back to Dynasty Blossom, bred by Highlands Farm and Jaffe, and she by Dynasty out of a Danehill mare. What type of blood do you think that is?
Yeah, that's what they had to pay. It's fantastic. Yeah. Well done to them. And Joey Ramsden's an excellent trainer.
Well, it's the Jacobs and the Magnus.
Can you believe it?
Those are the three biggest forces in racing worldwide. You know, I mean,
amazing.
The German, the French,
Irish.
And the Jacobs are the French kings.
Yeah.
And the Irish. It's fantastic to have a horse like that win a Gold Cup in this country. Bred.
Yeah, well done to them. They got a bit of their money back, and they've won a good staying race.
Justin Snaith run second and third. Double Mint run third, but I don't know. He just doesn't put it into me. Double Mint.
He ran a good race.
Yeah, he's doesn't look like he's a prior. Ali Bon Dubai ran fourth. Jeff Woodruff. So it was a very, very good race.
It was an interesting race. The Gold Cup's great fun.
Great fun.
It's good.
All right then. The gold bracelets the next we look at, and that was the 10th race on the card. And here, the July fillies that came together at weights. Campharatus looked like she had a big problem against these, the ones that she had raced in the July, because she now had to give them considerably more weight. Anyway, she came out the best and just didn't get there. This is a very game filly. Let's go and pick them up at the 800.
Scan second, Ruiz Rivera, then Silvano's Pride. Lady in Black's only 2.5 lengths off them. Campharatus, May I Be Gold. And then comes further back Sabina's Dynasty as they turn for home. And then comes Insignis Ella's World. Top of the stretch, they come 400 to go, and Running Brave continues to lead it. Snap Scan, Silvano's Pride goes in, so does May I Be Gold. Ruiz Rivera, Lady in Black, Campharatus between runners. It's still Running Brave past the 200, Lady in Black, Ruiz Rivera, Campharatus, Silvano's Pride. Ruiz Rivera's coming strongly at Running Brave, down the inside, Lady in Black, Campharatus and Running Brave. It's close, they hit the line. I'm not going to split Running Brave and Campharatus. Very close indeed. We'll go back for that slow-mo replay.
Well, what a filly this Running Brave's turned out to be by Braveton Soldier out of a Jetmaster mare again, Jetmaster to the fore, and she is as game as they come.
Mickey bred it, didn't he?
Yeah, Mickey got Summerhill stud.
Yeah, she's as game as they come. When Campharatus won that Group 1, it beat the horse. Do you remember? There's not much between them.
There's very little between them. And Campharatus had to give her a bit of weight. That was the difference.
Yeah, a great run.
Give her 4.5 kilos. I mean, Campharatus' run was outstanding. Yeah, absolutely outstanding.
Jim Musieni rode the winner, and now I believe he's 4 behind with 3 days to go. Interesting for the title.
It's going to be fantastic. Fascinating. Well, Sean Terry, they gave him the title. He ended up being the champion trainer. Well clear. We're going to just have a quick look at our Magic Millions graduates, and there they are. Stormborn Thunder dawdled in again. This is a very nice filly. Yeah. And Celebration Rock, you've had something to do with him.
Yeah, that's right. He won again with Marcus. He won well. So
he's a nice horse too. Yeah. So those are the Magic Millions horses. And we now move on to the Group 1s. So 3 Group 1s on the day. And we kick off with the first, which was the Premier's Champion Stakes. Let's go and have a look at them from the start, and then we'll chat about them.
Ready to rock and roll, and they fired on their journey. Gabor jumped well, one off the inside. Castellano's got speed, red sleeves and cap. Mill Queen's around them, Snow Palace. Jack's Bird not far off them. True to Life, perfectly poised, 3 lengths off. Gallic Princess, Next Wave, Keep Smiling's mid-division, Kayla's Champ. Victoria Page, 3/4 of the way back, 8 or 9 lengths off them, Ardennes. What You Are further back in the running, Swept Off My Feet, and Cockney Pride has dropped anchor, 13 lengths off. 1,000 metres to go. Mill Queen found the lead, a length and a quarter. Castellano's racing second. Snow Palace is the grey. The favourite Gabor at the rail, 3.5 to make up. Jack's Bird the outside. True to Life with about 5 lengths to make up. Keep Smiling. Then comes Gallic Princess. Victoria Page, the red cap. Kayla's Champ further back in the running. Swept Off My Feet. Taquini Stakes, Grade 1, 500 to go. Milk Queen has the lead. Castellano, Gabor, True to Life to the inside. Snow Palace is right there. Castellano attacks at the 300. Milk Queen, Gabor's towards the inside. Then comes True to Life. But still Milk Queen finds on the lead. Gabor now asked to run. It's Milk Queen by a length. Gabor's trying to wear her down. Snow Palace is running on. Milk Queen, Gabor now. The weight of money's on her. And here comes Gabor with a thrilling finish. And Gabor beat them. Milk Queen, Snow Palace and Victoria Page.
Well, this filly Gabor had run from the widest draw in her last start, the Group 2 on July Day, and ran a cracking good race. She was the right filly in this race. She stepped up to the plate. I think it was the first Group 1 that Warren Kennedy's ever ridden.
It just shows how difficult it is to win a Group 1, whether you're a trainer or a jockey. It is so difficult because Kennedy rides a hatful of winners.
Yeah.
It's first Group 1.
First Group 1.
Second time Gav's won this race. Gav won it with along came Polly, the Judd Pot, some years ago. Yeah. And it was his birthday, so a good day. But us in the winner's box, James, the back shoe was off. Yeah. The front shoe was spread terribly. It'd been trodden on. They didn't even want to walk on the grass until the farrier got there. So it was a win full of merit by Gabor.
And she's by King's Barnes.
Ill-fated.
Out of a trippy mare. And he's gone as well,
He's
King's
gone
Barnes.
as well,
You know, what a shame.
What a
Bred
shame.
by Drockenstein.
He was a Galileo.
Yeah, I think he won the Racing Post Trophy. I think he won a Group 1.
Yeah,
he was a very good.
Sure, he put some good horses on the ground.
Yeah. So,
I think the Milk Queen, David Nieuwenhuizen, what a great ride. Great run, great ride. The Karori Gym, it had done everything right.
Bred by Dr. Bay as well.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So well done to him. You know, David came into town and nearly won the Group 1, but well done to Drockenstein as well.
Yeah.
For them. Gaynor gets another Group 1.
Fantastic win. We now do move on to the Premier's Champion Stakes. Let's go and have a look.
Bounced out from the 1600 metre marker. Cadence Pride slow again with Promise of a Master. Fool's Gold right there. Loosen Your Tie. Master of Illusion. Eden Rock's not far off the action. Liberty Hall's trying to improve position. Rock the Globes on the outside of runners. Put on the red light. Just been jostled back a few strides. Double alliances there. Special blend towards the inner. Racing about 7 or 8 lengths off the leaders. Promise of a Master further back in the running. Got the green light. That's got 10 lengths to hunt down past the 1,000 disc. Enjoy the view. 900 metres to go and Fool's Gold splitting the breeze a length and a quarter. Loosen Your Tie. Rock the Globe gets a bit closer. Master of Illusion. Eden Rock's at the rail. 4 lengths to make up. Waves looking to get closer. Liberty Hall. Cadence Pride got the green light. Then comes Double Alliance. Put on the red light with the red cap. 7 lengths to make up. Special blend further back. Homeward bound with just on 450 to go. Fool's Gold has the call. Rock the Globe. On the outside, Eden Rock's hooked around them. Wave tries to get going. Liberty Hall's looking for a way through. Got the green light. Eden Rock's been asked to run. Rock the Globe, the one to get to. Got the green light exploding through. Look at the right-hand side. Got the green lighters burning through. And got the green light and Anton Marker's bullseye. Every stride tells a story. Liberty Hall second. Rock the Globe. Then came Cadence Pride.
Geez, there we go. Got the green light. And, you know, I just want to touch on Joe Sommer for a moment, Jim, our mate. The humble hero, you know, he's trained Group 1 winners for some of the biggest players in the industry, going from Mary Slack to Larry Nestor to Marcus Ewerster, and now for Dylan Chinsamy. And the guy's never got a budget. He goes out there.
You know, it's
amazing, eh?
It's the most horrifying thing because Joe is one of the nicest people to talk to.
Knowledgeable.
It's a pleasure being around him. He knows, he's just a good guy. You'd think everyone would want to have horses with a man
Every
like
top
him.
guy should say, I've got to have a couple of horses with Joe Sommer.
He's a top trainer.
Top
Hassan
trainer.
Adams, this is by Hassan Stallion.
That's right.
Out of an Australian mare, bred by Hassan Nadesan Park.
That's right.
So Hassan obviously was involved with the horse from the beginning. Dylan Chinsamy, he's a new player in the game.
He's been very good to Joe, and Joe's rewarding him.
Yeah.
But Jim, it's amazing, isn't it, Jim? every big player, he wins a Group 1 from or Grade 1, and you'd think they'd have 7 more horses.
You know what the problem is, and I've seen it firsthand. In today's world, you've got to market yourself and have a whole team around you marketing you as an entity that can do the job. Joe says his name will market him, which is right. He should have the phone ringing off the hook this morning to get horses.
I hope so. Him and Gabby work hard.
There are owners out there, that have spent a fortune on horses for trainers that are supposedly good trainers. They don't even win a race, okay? On July Day and Gold Cup Day, some of the biggest owners never even got close and never run a place.
Yeah.
Okay? But they're going to spend fortunes on people that haven't got the profile, 1/10 of the profile Joe Simon's got. To me,
the humble hero needs more horses. A great training feat from a bad draw. Jim, one last question for you, and I know I'm putting you on the spot here. The Equus Awards are coming out now. The Equus Award, for my money, is between Eden Rock and Got the Green Light.
Yeah.
How would you read it?
Got the Green Light. Murdered him,
Because he ran 4-2 in the Group 1, he won the Group 1.
Over the 1200, he now goes a mile, and this is the best race. I know when I won the Equus Award.
Me too. Harry's son won this race, won me the Equus Award. Yeah.
Gold Texan, was a 2-year-old that year. Horse Chestnut. Like his Equus Award wouldn't ever. Lucky Mike put it away.
All right, stay in Grade 1s. Let's go.
Yeah, Mercury Sprint. Let's go and pick him up at the start. The good thing won. We've been preaching him the whole season. He won.
Runners set free and they're sprinting in the Mercury Sprint. Celtic Sea is right there shortly after the start. Vision to Kill, Aliasa, 12th place, Casimir the green cap. Also there, La Bellamia, Palace Chapels in the red. Snow Dancers on the outside of runners. Vision to Kill's further back. Then Search Party, the white cab. Van Halen, then comes Will Pays. Bold Respect, 8 or 9 lengths off the leader. Africa Rising and Chimichurri Run. They're about 9 or 10 lengths off the leader in the Mercury Sprint. They move towards the 600-metre marker and Celtic Sea's making the running. Palace Chapels in the red, Casimir perfectly placed at the rail. Snow Dancers in the blue, then comes La Bellamia, Vision to Kill, Van Halen, Will Pays. Bold Respect comes out for a run, then Chimichurri Run. Coming out of the 300, Palace Chapel, down the inside, Celtic Sea, Casimir, Van Halen, Snow Dance, La Bellamia, Alias, it's on the outside. 200 to go, Celtic Sea, Snow Dance, Casimir on the inside. Palace Chapel's fighting right back. Celtic Sea, Casimir won't throw in the towel. Casimir and Celtic Sea, they're going to hit the line. Casimir won it. Celtic Sea second, Palace Chapel third, and then there's a photo for fourth.
Well, Casimir, James, no doubt, champion sprinter.
Yeah.
He showed in Cape Town. He came out here and he's won a very good race. He shook off very much a form horse in Celtic Sea, who's shown great brilliance.
She cantered in front.
Yes.
Made the race for herself and still couldn't beat him. But she's a very, very good
Very good filly. She will pick up an award somewhere, I agree with you.
But this horse, Justin came on our show when he arrived here and he said the Mercury Sprint, Casimir, that's the thing. Apparently he had a setback during the week. He stood on a stone and bruised his foot or whatever. So that makes it even more meritorious. And he deserved to win it. He really was a deserving winner. And then obviously, the big one of the day, the Champions Cup. Just talking about Casimir, he was bred by Drockenstein, owned by the biggest players in the game, the Nagels, Doyle, Bernard Cantor, the Drew team. It's just a good team big that owns him, and well done to them. But we move on to the race we were all waiting for. And let's watch it and then dissect it, because it's very interesting how it turned out.
Sports Betting Champions Cup, their dispatch from the 1800 Matador Man, slow to go as per usual, 2 or 3 lengths. Twist of Fate and Cirillo, the first 2 to go. Let's see if Rainbow Bridge will settle, and Buffalo Bill Cody is on the inside with the red cap. They eyeball to eyeball. Rainbow Bridge a little bit strong nearest us. And then comes Eyes Wide Open, Socrat, Campari's going around them. Infamous Fox, Matador Man. Twist of Fate leading it by 2 lengths. In second, Cirillo. Rainbow Bridge is more settled. Third has a length on Buffalo Bill Cody. Then comes Eyes Wide Open, Infamous Fox, Socrates on the outside, Matador Man and Kampala Campari the last 2, and they're racing about 7 lengths off the leader. 1,000 metres to go, World Sports Betting Champions Cup. Rainbow Bridge once again, mouth open, is a little bit keen, but Twist of Fate shows the way. Cirillo is second. Rainbow Bridge has a half length on Buffalo Bill Cody. Then Eyes Wide Open. Further back, Socrates on the move. And then comes Infamous Fox, Kampala Campari. Socrates making an early move, and Socrates going around them to just about hit the front. Further back then is Matador Man as they turn for home, World Sports Betting Champions Cup. And Socrates, they've committed now. Down the inside, Twist of Fate, Cirillo. Rainbow Bridge, Buffalo Bill Cody's going to have to pick up. Got about 3 or 4 to go. Socrates, Rainbow Bridge, Cirillo, Buffalo Bill Cody on the inside. It's still Socrates. Rainbow Bridge wearing it down stride for stride. Socrates and Rainbow Bridge, nothing in it. Rainbow Bridge and Socrates, but Rainbow Bridge is going to just win it. Second, Socrates, Cirillo and Twist of Fate.
Well, what a finish to the season, the last grade 1 of the season, and wonderful win for Mike Rattray, Mike and Norma Rattray. They want to win the July. They didn't win the July, but they won the
They won a big
Cup,
race,
you know?
yeah. They won a big race with a very good horse, Jim. What amazes me, Jim, is Rainbow Bridge is a fantastic horse, and he's been brilliantly handled by Eric Sands. You know, Eric's always been a very good trainer. And what amazed me was that every time he runs in Cape Town, he runs out.
Yeah.
Every time he runs at Greyville, he runs in. And I said before the race, let's hope he can get towards the inside fence, otherwise he's going to take horses out. He nearly lost himself this race. I know he's had different jockeys each time, but they've got to sit him down and say, guys, you turn for home, you go in. You go in on this horse. Because he couldn't ride him, James.
Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't ride him.
He won a very good race. I thought the second horse ran a cracking race.
Brilliant run. Great
to
miler.
go around them up the hill, not easy to
Not
do.
easy.
You know, and still run on with.
He ran a brilliant race.
And this horse leant on him all the way up the straight, which really doesn't help. affect a racehorse.
James, you know what's interesting for me? Now, Buffalo Bill Cody, he looks a very smart horse, and the talk had been how good he is, and that now. They had thought that he'd finish ahead of Socrates. That was the general consensus. He had thumped Cirillo last time. And this time, when he was going for the cap, when he came out...
He's never been to Greyville. There's lots of things that might have affected the way he ended up running. I think and remember, he's only 6 months, he's more than 6 months behind this horse that won the race.
Yeah.
When you look at the weight for age scale, he actually should be getting weight from him. And he didn't get weight. Just want to finish off after a wonderful day's racing by saying, unfortunately, we never got to see Enable, but I watched the film last night.
I watched it.
What a race was that?
That was tough. It was a Crystal Ocean, I think, gave it a race.
Crystal Ocean, the best rated horse in the world.
Yeah, they came up the straight, and I thought at any stage it could go either way.
Oh.
I know Frankie was doing his utmost. I listened to the interview on Sky News of Frankie, and Frankie said, it's the toughest race he's been in. He said, I've ridden a lot of big winners. It's the toughest race. He said, I'm exhausted. He said, I had to keep going at the big girl, but she's got heart big on the track. And he said, the runner-up, brilliant horse.
Yeah. Well, he knows them both.
Yeah.
What a way to end off a day's racing, the end of South African season. We wish you all a wonderful new season. 1st of August is the birthday of all the horses. We wish them, all the thoroughbreds, a wonderful birthday. Southern Hemisphere thoroughbreds turn a year older. You have a wonderful birthday on Thursday, the 1st of August. From us here at Winning Ways, enjoy Jeff Lloyd. You got part 2 with him, and it is a fabulous, fabulous set of pictures and interview with him. Until next week, have a good one. live in Australia, and obviously the only South African you know there is David Payne, and you and him struck it off. You won a couple of good ones.
Yeah, I went to his work. Well, this is a bit different, David, to what I'm used to, coming from Somerset with your 60 boxes. He was down to, I think he had about 25 boxes, and he was doing a lot of work himself. You don't have grooms, you have staff, and they're expensive, I'd take what he had to go through for the last 5 years before I got there. He must have done it so tough. I think he was relieved as I was to have him. I think he was to have someone in to ride work, because you had one or two people and you had to get through 25 horses. It was impossible to work all your horses, and so I think we both were relieved to see each other, and we worked very hard together, and we started my first ride he gave me, my first meeting on a Saturday, which is a Metro, the biggest meeting like in Sydney, the Saturday Metro, and he gave me a ride. It was, I think, 6-1, and it won a short head. And, we just went from there and had a lot of success. I carried on, like, we using him as my main stable. So we had a lot of success in the time I was there before I went to Hong Kong.
So there, you were based in Sydney to start, and that's obviously Randwick. The track manager at Randwick's a South African. We used to have him as the track manager at Randwick. You know him?
Yeah, he's been there recently and just come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had your first Group 1 in Australia, Nom de Jeu. He was a pretty good horse, this horse. Tell us a bit about him.
He's a very good horse. I was very lucky to get on him. I was obviously riding for David, and at the time, at the time when the fields come out, he had the favourite for the race, a horse called Guillotine. And the Guillotine was a very good horse, but he disappointed the run before. And David said, I think Huey Bowman, who was one of the leading riders here, the jockey for Winx recently, he was on him. And he said, I think Huey might want to bail off this horse because he was disappointing. He's been offered other rides. Just keep, if he doesn't ride it, you can ride it. And I'd done very well when I got there. I was probably not going to, it would have been hard to get a good ride in the Derby. So I said, I'll be on standby, no worries with you. But in my heart, I knew he was the favourite. There's no way he's going to get off it. But I said I'll be on standby. And I got a call from Murray Baker, from a guy from New Zealand. I'd never heard of him. And he said, I've got a horse there in the Derby. You want to come is that Randwick? You want to come and work? And you're looking for a jock. And I said, yeah. I went and worked him. And it was probably 60-1 at the time. And it was pouring with rain. It was a bog track. And we were working on, and we were going to race on a really heavy track. And I worked him, and he just floated through the ground. And I come back, and I said, "You haven't got no one for this horse yet?" No, I said, "I'll ride him." I hadn't even spoken to David. I know David from the past, so I didn't know how he was going to take it. He didn't give me the ride, but I think he was being such a gentleman to sort of put me in the picture. And now I'm going to tell him, I'm not in the picture. I'm taking this. So yeah, I took the ride, and the owner was a very, very big gambler, and he had a massive bet on the horse apparently at 60-1. It started, I think, 14-1 from 60s, and he won the Derby. So I was very, very lucky to the way I got on him, yeah.
So what type of present did he give you? As gamblers, they give good presents. Did you get a Rolex or something?
I got, when I was relating it, converting it to the rand, it was quite a substantial amount. It paid for my road trip fines that I built up during the few months.
Every penny helps, eh?
All right, so then, Jeff, let's go to Hong Kong. And how did you end up getting to Hong Kong? Did they invite you there, or did you have a job with a stable, or were you a non-retained jockey?
Yeah, I was actually trying to get in. I always regretted never going back from my first stint. When I was offered to go back, and I did, because I was single, and I just come off a good time, I explained earlier, and so I didn't go back. And I tried to go back a couple of years prior to when I did go back, when I was in South Africa, and they just denied me every year. I think I was in my 40s at the time, and Felix was there, but he'd been there with Silent Witness, and I thought I might get in because he was 2 years older than me, but obviously Felix had been there for a long, long time, and they denied me every time I applied. I just got denied. And when I came to Sydney, and I was here in my first season. I was only here for 3/4 of the season and finished third on the Sydney jockey log. I got a call from them and they invited me. So I was only, so I think, a lot of Hong Kong is run by Australians. A lot of South African jockeys get in, and it's really a lot of South Africans and Australians. And yet, I couldn't get in from South Africa. But when I come to Sydney and had a success in the Derby, I was given the call up to come, which I obviously took.
Well, they obviously thought you were Australian, because when you applied from South Africa, they said, you're not having one of those bushies arriving here anymore. They'd had enough of Felix and Basil and and Barty and all, and Kevin Shea. So they decided, no, we'll get an Australian jockey. They saw this guy third on the list. They thought, well, we'll try him. And how was it there? I see you won a big race. What was that?
You found a good horse there, Jeff. What was his name? Abel Friend, was it?
Abel won.
Abel won. That was him. Yeah, he was a machine.
Abel, yeah. So he was a favourite the year before, and then broke down. He had a hip. He fractured his hip or something. Had an operation, and came back the next year at 9 years old, and I won on him 66-1, and the owner was about 94, and I was 50. It was like the old age home. We all come together.
Listen, there's guys out here riding that are over your age, so maybe you can come back to South Africa and ride again, You retire in Australia, come back here. Your son's going to need some help.
I'm trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, your son's going to need some help anyway. He needs someone to ride work with him.
Who's that?
Your son, Jaden's going to need some help. So he might as well have you riding upsides to him.
Yeah, he's going around all day. He's fine. He's on his own now.
So Jeff, then obviously, the trauma that no one ever expects, the stroke that you had, talk us through it. What actually happened?
Well, it's funny. I was riding on the Saturday and got on an unraced 2-year-old in the parade ring, and as I got on, as you get on these 2-year-olds, as I leaned on his back, I had a small saddle. He just took off and bolted, and I didn't have my feet in yarns, and I fell off the back. And not aware, I had to get off because I broke my finger, and I was a bit dazed from it. So I got off on the day, but not aware that I'd torn an artery to the brain during that incident, and I suffered terrible headaches that night and dizzinesses, and I just thought I've obviously done something to my spine or my neck, and I went, the next day I was riding out at Sunny Coast, which is Sunshine Coast, it's a 2-hour drive, and Nicola said, no, you can't, you're not feeling well. I said, no, I'll be fine, just give me a couple of headache pills, a couple of Sonatos, and off I went. I drove the 2 hours there, unaware that what had happened to me, and I was getting on my first horse, and as I stood up, I was sitting on the bench, and as I stood up, when they called us to get on, I just got a dizzy spell, like when you get up too quick, and I just thought, it'll go in a few seconds. I just got up too quick, and it never went, so it just got worse. So I had to call the doctor and say, look, something's wrong, I can't ride. And I got off. The doctor said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I had a fall yesterday, obviously something's not right. And he said, well, don't go. I'll check you later in the day. I said, nah, yeah. Okay, mate. Anyway, I got in the car. I didn't want to hang around. I want to get home. Drove 2 hours home, and went to my chiropractor, and I said, look, obviously something's not good. And as I lay down, the same thing happened. It's funny. He said, no, that's not normal. I'll go until you have an MRI. And I thought, well, okay, I'll have it. I thought it's probably nothing major, but I'd rather be safe. And the MRI scan that showed that I'd torn an artery to the brain. And when they told me you've had a stroke, I was like, what? Because besides headache and dizziness, but it got worse. But once obviously they took me straight to ICU, and I spent 3 weeks in ICU. So, that's how it all materialised. It came out of nowhere.
Did they actually have to cut your skull open and to do some surgery?
No, nothing. No, he just said, look, if you survive the next, I think it was 48 hours. He said the problem is we got to thin your blood out very quickly to prevent you from clotting.
Yeah.
If you can get through before it starts, well, you should be okay. So the next 8 hours was important, and luckily I didn't have another stroke. Otherwise, it would have been, the real bad ones. And then I was just monitoring and going on Wolverine, and now I'm on blood thinners, not so severe, just to keep my blood thin. And I've torn the other artery on the other side somewhere, because I go back every year for a checkup, and he said, you've done the same to the other side now. So I've actually torn both arteries on both sides. It's like a road map, but it manages to get to the brain somehow. I said to my wife, I've never used my brain like that. There's not much damage done.
Well, it never got your eyes facing the right direction, your brain, so it obviously wasn't used very much.
Gav, how long were you out for? How long from the time it started? How long were you out for? It was over a year or 2 years, wasn't it?
I was out. Geez, what's that ringing bell? Sounds like the church.
No,
Can you hear it?
Yeah, that when you had that stroke, how long were you off for?
I was off for 14 months.
Oh, that's over a year.
Yeah.
Did you ever think then that?
Over a year.
Did you think then that might be the end of your career and you should actually call it a day, or what was driving you to get back in the saddle? You weren't a young man.
Yeah, I was in an age where most jockeys would have been retired. So when it happened, I said to myself, "Well, that's the way the man upstairs is telling me, look, you're never going to retire. We're going to have to help you." And I was quite happy with it. I thought, well, maybe it's a good thing. I may be pushing myself too far, and I was quite happy. I took it and I accepted it. I think as best I could. Because I just thought there was no way back. The doctors had said there's no way you can ride again. But I made a really good recovery. After about six months, I could start feeling my balance was coming back. My headaches weren't as severe. My hearing was better because I had very sensitive hearing. And things started coming back to shape. And I was walking and swimming a lot and trying to keep myself fit as I could. And your body sort of tells you, you sort of know. And I had no bad turns for a couple of months and decided, no, I'm going to go ride work one morning. I just woke up at 3 o'clock one morning, said, Nick, I'm going to go work. Off my, off your head. Now I'm going to go. Now I went and rode work, and I honestly felt like I hadn't even stopped. My balance was good, and it was just a matter of convincing other people to put me on, because nobody was keen. They all said, oh, you're mad, but yeah, I was quite convinced I was okay.
And then obviously you teamed up with Toby Edmonds and found Hootson, who was a flying machine.
Yeah, Toby was when I fell off that horse, it was I was riding for a lady here called Gillian Heinrichs, and her horses are known to be naughty, and being a lady trainer, she's very kind to her horses, and a lot of them are very fresh. And I thought, on my comeback, I don't really want to ride these 2-year-olds that are going to be bucking and jumping around. I want to. And Toby's more of a educator. He educates it. He's slow with his horses, and I didn't have much to do with him before that. I went in Sydney for him when I was first to ride, but otherwise nothing. But I said to him, look, I want to come ride some work. He said, yeah, if you want to give me a couple of rides, that's fine. And we sort of went from there, but it got stronger and stronger, and his swing it went from 40 horses to probably 100, and we just took off, and we've had 4 great seasons. Yeah, he's been great to me.
Gav, Toby, I mean, you guys had such a good relationship. Who would you rate him? Who would you compare him with to, like somebody in South Africa in your youth as a trainer?
I would probably say a trainer that takes time with his 2-year-olds, like a Mike Bass, that takes his time with 2-year-olds. Never in much of a hurry. He probably hasn't got the complete laid-back attitude that Mike has got, but he's easy. I found him very easy to ride for. And it's hard to compare trainers, but if anything, I'll probably say more than Mike Bass way, taking his time with horses. which I enjoy too.
Yeah, a good trainer, yeah.
You know, Jeff, unfortunately, we're out of time, but I just would like to sum up the latter part of your career was probably the best part of your career, winning the premierships, breaking all these records. You came back and did things people never ever thought were able. Would you like to just encapsulate, what that's all about to you and what that meant to you and why you came to the decision to call it a day now?
Yeah, look, Queensland, we got back and we always decided we were going to move to Queensland. And when I got back from Hong Kong, I said, let's go here. And we came here, we bought a before we went to Hong Kong, and we came back here and obviously rode for Toby. And the 4 seasons that I won obviously was not expected. I didn't expect it. I wouldn't have come back unless I thought I was capable of riding well. But I probably shocked myself. And I honestly believe I rode better in my last 4 years than I've been in my whole career. As far as tactics go, and you've got to change your way of thinking when you ride in Australia. And it still takes time to adapt the way they ride very differently to South Africa and a lot of places in the world. So I don't know. I just felt like my last 4 years, a lot came together, and it was a miracle in my eyes, the way things just unfolded. And breaking the record 2 seasons ago, the record here, I broke it. I think the record was 104 and 138, and won the Australian Metro, which I was shocked myself. It just kept rolling. It just got better and better and stronger and stronger. I was saying myself, like, it shouldn't be happening, but it did. And I had great support in Queensland, but that's due to having success, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, you've been an inspiration to a lot of young jockeys. You've been a friend of a lot of South Africans, a lot of people all over the world. I'm pleased to include you as one of my friends. And I'd like to just finish by saying that I think that your most endearing quality, apart from being able to being a really good jockey, was that you're an honest person. You get on and you ride people's horses. You tell them exactly what you think about them. And you've been honest to yourself and honest to a lot of other people. And I think that that's one of the most wonderful qualities in a man. And Jeff, we salute you and thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us. And, all the best to you in your future and your kids with their riding careers. And a long and happy life we may wish you.
Thank you.
Jeff. You're a good one, Jeff. You're a legend. You're a legend.
You're a legend. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your holiday, Jeff.
Thanks so much.